Y'all did not put the right coach or team around her. She's been lied to, man. This is bull crap. This is trash. What the Indiana Fever have done with a superstar? This is malpractice by management. This has been coaching malpractice. This is embarrassing.
The Indiana Fever aren't developing Caitlin Clark. They're wearing her down. A once-in-a-generation talent, electric and fearless, is being boxed into a slow, outdated system that crushes her natural creativity. The swagger that once defined her game is slipping away. Her confidence looks shaken. The fiery competitor who once owned the spotlight now appears unsure and out of rhythm on the floor. This goes far beyond a rookie learning curve. All signs point to a disastrous mix of poor coaching and front office incompetence, a breakdown that's actively undermining a superstar in real time.
She wants Clark to play slow. She doesn't want Clark to do her thing.
And let's take a listen to what Caitlin Clark said. And she essentially exposed that Stephanie White wants him to play slow.
I thought at times we could have played a little bit faster, and I think that's on me, like not conceding in that. We still got to play up tempo. We still got to
It's on me not conceding.
The Indiana Fever didn't just pitch a vision to the fans. They sold it to Caitlin Clark herself. They talked about ushering in a new era, one defined by a fast-paced, high-powered offense designed completely around their new star. The plan sounded simple and bold. Overwhelm opponents with speed, let Clark run the show, control the tempo, and fire off precision passes from every corner of the court. Fans imagined non-stop movement, constant fast breaks, and an aggressive style that would fully unlock Clark's rare ability to read the game seconds before everyone else.
She's just admitted it, that the coach does not want her to play fast. The coach doesn't want her to play fast. We hired a snake oil salesman.
The reality has been a slow, painful disaster. Instead of letting a thoroughbred run free, the Fever have kept Clark tightly reined in. By the numbers, Indiana plays at one of the slowest tempos in the entire WNBA, routinely sitting near the bottom of the league in transition chances. The run-and-gun star from Iowa is now forced to stroll the ball up the floor, trapped in a grinding, half-court system that clashes with everything that made her a once-in-a-generation player. The promised speed has turned into a crawl, and the jarring shift has left fans asking one question: how did it all go so wrong?
At times we could have played a little bit faster, and I think that's on me, like not conceding in that. We still got to play up tempo. We still got to play fast. But I mean, I thought for the most part we did a lot of stuff that coach wanted us to do, and that wasn't why we lost.
I can't hold you, man. That kind of looked like she let that slip out, man. I don't know. But I mean, we all see it. When they play slow, it's just not a good team, man.
So, who's behind this slow-burning offense that's smothering its star? The answer points directly to head coach Stephanie White. To be fair, White has a long, respected track record in the league, and her coaching style is well known. She prizes structure, control, and carefully orchestrated half-court sets where every pass and screen is precisely mapped out. This approach has worked for her in the past with other teams and players. But with Caitlin Clark, it's proving to be a disastrous mismatch.
We did all the things that the coach wanted us to do. I think that's about as much of a call out of a coach as you will ever get from Caitlin Clark.
You don't draft a player celebrated for spontaneous brilliance only to force her to stay inside the lines. It's like buying a Ferrari and insisting it be driven only in school zones, never leaving first gear. This isn't just a matter of a player adjusting to a new system. It's a case where the system itself directly clashes with the star's very nature. The unrelenting tension between White's rigid structure and Clark's instinctive creativity is at the heart of the turmoil consuming the Indiana Fever.
Like, she literally is like, I want to turn this team into the Connecticut Sun. I had success in this old style.
For weeks, fans and analysts could only guess at the tension simmering behind the scenes. The signs were there on the court, but nothing concrete could be confirmed until Caitlin Clark spoke for herself. After a particularly frustrating loss, she addressed the media with what seemed like an offhand remark, yet it sent shockwaves through the league. She said, "I thought at times we could have played a little bit faster." Then came the revealing line. "But for the most part, we did what the coach wanted us to do." In the tightly controlled world of professional sports, a comment like that is nothing short of seismic.
Look at that. She doesn't have a player, a defender in her zip code right there. She's squared up. This is a practice three. And she makes about 99% of her practice threes. There's absolutely no reason not to shoot this basketball, and yet she doesn't, and then she throws an ill-advised pass, and we can say, oh, well, yeah, that's on Caitlin Clark. She's the one that made the decision. Absolutely. But anyone who's played enough and has had situations with coaches where they're trying to change you or change another player, that 100% messes with your head. It messes with your confidence.
She delivered it calmly, almost with quiet resignation, but the underlying message was deafening. This was Clark, a fierce competitor and natural leader, subtly revealing that she feels restrained, overlooked, and creatively blocked. It marked the first public fracture in her polished exterior, laying bare the deep disconnect between the player she truly is and the version her coach is trying to mold her into.
Move fast, man. I thought that the Indiana Fever were trying to be that team that runs you off the floor, that hustles. I felt like they were the deepest team. Like, looking at the roster, man, they actually have some players that could run the floor. And I'm just like, dang, bro, it's really crazy to see that they're not really trying to run the floor like I would expect them to.
This struggle isn't abstract. It's visible on the court, and it's painful for anyone who knows her game. One moment in a recent game captured it perfectly. Clark received the ball wide open at the three-point line, a shot she would have launched instantly back at Iowa, her trademark that made her a star. But this time, she hesitated. You could almost see the gears turning in her mind, the tug-of-war between instinct and instruction. She second-guessed herself and ultimately let the shot go, passing instead.
Stephanie White wants to do is not going to work for this team. It is not going to work for this team. What Stephanie White wants to do will not work. And by the way, I'm not saying what Stephanie White wants to do is won't work in general. Won't work in general. Because it has worked. She's had success. But I'm saying what Stephanie White wants to do will not work for this team specifically.
The possession ended in a turnover. This wasn't a rookie error or a lapse in skill. It was the result of a player whose instincts are being deliberately stifled. Her natural basketball intuition is being retrained to prioritize caution over confidence. The outcome is a version of Clark that's hesitant and unsure for the first time, making uncharacteristic mistakes and forcing plays that emerge from a system fundamentally at odds with her talents.
She's been a completely different player, and I don't mean just missing the threes. There is no fire there. There's no arguing with the officials. There's no getting the crowd revved up. It seems like she's almost checked out, resigned herself to being less than.
The Indiana Fever sit at a dangerous crossroads. They have a generational talent in Caitlin Clark, a player capable of defining the franchise for years, yet they've trapped her in a broken system with the wrong roster, slowly eroding her confidence and competitive fire. This isn't about whether Clark can adapt to the WNBA, it's about whether the Fever can adapt to her. If they don't, they risk more than losses. They risk crushing the spirit of the very player who is supposed to be their cornerstone, turning a once promising opportunity into a cautionary tale.